Hey guys, welcome to Series World. Today I'm going to explain a romance drama series called Maxton Hall from 2024. Turn on subtitles and spoilers ahead. The fifth episode opens with Mortimer catching James and Ruby red-handed in the act. Mortimer tells Ruby that Lexington wouldn't like to see her so distracted when there is chaos happening at the party. James, who is holding her hand tightly, tells her to go and take a look. Ruby runs quickly, and Mortimer tells James to get ready to leave. Meanwhile, Lydia is standing on the campus in a suit, looking straight at Sutton. He also notices her state and starts walking towards her. Back at the party, Ruby goes downstairs and everything is fine. Lexington also comes up to her and gives her the recommendation letter, after congratulating her for hosting a successful donation party. Meanwhile, at the Beaufort house, Mortimer is scolding Lydia and James. At first, he asks Lydia why she did such a thing when she knows it's one of the most important days for the company. Lydia confidently tells him that she is the one who was behind this project. She knows everything about the company, but her dad thinks she's not enough because she doesn't have discipline and is prone to making mistakes. Mortimer then turns to James and asks why he did such a thing. He starts mocking James about being a lover boy. Back at the party, Ruby and others are celebrating her getting the offer letter. Ruby notices Sutton sitting alone, so she goes and sits beside him. She thanks him for always being a role model for her because he became an Oxford scholar, even though he came from a smaller town than Ruby. Meanwhile, Mortimer is still mocking James. He then takes a step further and starts bad-mouthing Ruby. He tells James that Ruby is nothing but a gold digger. James gets up furious and faces his dad up front, telling him to stop. He then goes out of the house and Mortimer follows. Mortimer keeps bad-mouthing Ruby's family now, especially her disabled dad. James is now more furious and tells Mortimer to shut up. Hearing this, Mortimer loses control and slaps James. Percy comes up between them to protect James. He has that look in his eyes. Mortimer tells him to move and threatens James that if he doesn't stop talking to Ruby, he'll make sure that Ruby can't go to Oxford with just a few calls. He's determined to ruin Ruby's life. Meanwhile, Ruby is ready to go to school. She sends a text to James, and he does see the message but doesn't reply. Ruby then gets up to leave, but before leaving, she puts a bill in her bank/box. After Ruby leaves, her mom enters her room to clean it. James has now arrived at the campus. His other friends greet him, and they decide to hold a party that night. Alistair's boyfriend/crush stops him and tells him that they need to talk tonight. Alistair agrees to do so. The scene changes to Lydia, who's sitting alone in a corner. Sutton arrives there to talk to her. They find a quiet place, and Sutton asks Lydia to run away with him. Lydia is hesitant at first because she thinks Sutton will change his decision later, but Sutton assures her that he loves her the most. They then kiss passionately. Sutton tells her to come to the cafe where they usually meet at 5 p.m. to discuss everything. Meanwhile, James and Ruby are walking towards each other from opposite directions, and he completely ignores her in front of everyone. This brings tears to Ruby's eyes as others make fun of her. While in class, she notices that James is on the field with other players. She takes leave from the class to have a talk with him. Ruby goes to the field, and James notices her too. Ruby asks him why he's ignoring her. James couldn't give her a proper answer and starts avoiding the question. Ruby notices the bruises on his lips and asks whether his dad has done this. James doesn't reply and tells her that this is how he is, and they should go back to how they were before. He can't be with someone like her. The scene cuts to Ruby going to her part-time place. After she's done working, she leaves for home. Inside the house, her parents are waiting for her at the table. They have found her money box, and they're not happy about it. Ruby tells them that she was just trying to contribute to the family because, to her, what happened to her dad is still her fault. But her dad tells her that nothing was her fault, and she should stop working so hard for him. Ruby gets upset hearing this and goes upstairs to her room. Ember comes to check up on her and comforts her. The scene cuts to James coming out of the party super drunk. After coming to his house, he loses balance and falls on the floor. His mom comes and picks him up. She asks him how he got the bruise on his lips. He lies, saying he got it during a lacrosse game. His mom takes him to his bedroom and helps him to lay down. James asks her whether she's happy in this marriage. She tells him that she used to love someone else, but they had to go their separate ways, and soon she found herself drowning in her work. James asks her what he should do if it's too hard to let go. His mom tells him to work hard if he thinks that this is the right way for him. She then tells him goodnight and leaves. In the morning, Ruby arrives at the campus worried. Even Cyril has gotten his invitation letter to Oxford, but she still hasn't. Sutton notices this and assures her that she will get her letter as she worked harder than anyone else. Later, when Ruby is studying, Elaine and her lackeys come and start bullying her about her getting ignored by James. Ruby gets up and tells her nonchalantly that she can have James, and it doesn't matter to her, and leaves. After coming back to the house, Ruby writes a short note to James. The scene changes to James and Lydia talking while studying. Lydia picks up the note where Ruby cursed at James. Lydia doesn't know how to comfort him because he just looks beyond miserable. James then tells her that at least she has Mr. Sutton, who can help her with her studies. Lydia tells him that they're not just teacher and student. They used to email each other for months before meeting the first time. She fell in love with him before she met him. But James is wrong because they have each other. She then hugs him. The scene changes to James and Lydia entering the school. Everyone is staring at them. Later, Ruby catches James talking with Elaine in a corner, and she decides to avoid him and just walks past. Later, at the committee meeting, Ruby keeps glancing at James's empty chair. Meanwhile, James and Lydia are in a photo shoot for the company. Lydia gets a text message from Sutton, who's waiting for her in the cafe. She leaves the text on read. Meanwhile, Ruby is planning with the event committee. Lydia is also on campus and comes face to face with Mr. Sutton, but she greets him like a teacher and leaves. Meanwhile, after the meeting is done, Ruby goes home. She notices her dad in the backyard waiting for her. Ruby sits down beside him and they talk about what happened previously. Her dad tells her he's sorry for not appreciating her effort, but he does tell her to stop blaming herself. This was his fate, and his legs would be of no use if he can't use them for his family. They then make up and decide that Ruby will contribute to buying the stair lift. After Ruby enters the house, Ember and her mom give her the letter from Oxford. She opens the letter and finds out she has been accepted into Oxford. They then celebrate. At night, Ruby is seen packing her suitcase to leave. Ember comes into her room to see whether she can help with anything. She tells Ruby that the dress she made for their donor gala has been fixed, and she put it up for sale. They can use the money for the stair lift. Ruby hugs her dear sister. Meanwhile, James is also packing his stuff to leave for Oxford. His mom comes to give him a little gift, a pocket watch of his grandfather. She wishes that James will also be successful like him. James rebels, saying what if he doesn't like Oxford or doesn't want to inherit the business. James's mom thinks it's a blessing for him to have these opportunities, but James is upset not to get the chance to decide his own fate. Upset, James tells his mom to leave, and she also leaves upset. Meanwhile, Lydia is in the washroom throwing up as she's holding the pregnancy tests. The result came out positive. Lydia comes out sobbing and she hugs her mom. The scene changes to the day of departure. Lydia and James get in the car and they head for Oxford. Meanwhile, Ruby has also gotten on the bus that'll take her to Oxford. Ruby arrives at Oxford. All the seniors are helping the newcomers to reach their instructed places. Ruby gets down from the bus and starts grabbing her things when a particular senior comes up to her for help. But Ruby tells him thanks, but she knows where to go for the interview. Ruby finally arrives at her dorm room, and to her surprise, living in the next room to her is no one else but James himself. And that's how today's episode ends. To watch more explanations of these kinds of series, click on the videos on your screen. And don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. And at last, thanks for watching.